This is some of the best news you will ever hear. I hope you understand that. If you've grown up in church like I have, you can get to the point where you forget what a treat it is, what a treasure it is to be forgiven. Those of you who got saved later in life, you probably have a better understanding emotionally because you know how good it was when you found out that forgiveness is free. But there's a story that Max Lucado tells in one of his books that always helps me understand this. And again, this is another dad story. Max Lucado, as some of you know, grew up in a good Church of Christ home, and like most good Church of Christ boys, he went off to Abilene Christian. As he was getting ready to go off to college, his dad handed him a credit card. And he said, "Son, I don't want you to use this except in emergencies. I don't want you to go, charging food and drink on this, but if you ever get into a real situation, this is your bailout." So there came a time, I don't know what year of school Max was in, but he had a girlfriend at another campus some distance away. And he decided one day, I want to see her, even though it was a school day, and he skipped all of his classes to drive over to whatever town she was in and visit her. And on the way back, he got into a wreck. A wreck so severe that the car had to be towed. And the tow truck driver standing there saying, "Okay, I need some money." So what does he do? He doesn't have any money. He spent it all on the girl, right? So he pulls out his dad's credit card. And that pays for the tow, and that pays for the repair. Then he's got to call his dad. Now, some of you know the white knuckle phone call, right? To your father or your mother, and this is what he was, you got to psych yourself up for that, right? You got to pray, "Okay, Lord Jesus, come back now, come back now." So I don't have, that doesn't happen, and so you make the phone call, and he was probably even a collect call, right? To make matters even worse, and he told him he decided, I'm not even going to lie, I'm not going to make up a story, I'm going to tell him the full truth of what I did, and just suffer the consequences. And he tells him the story, and there's a silence. His dad said, "Well, Max, I'm sure you know that I'm disappointed in you." "Yeah, Dad, I know." "I'm sure you know you probably should never do anything like that again." "Yeah, I know. And you can pay me back for all the charges on that and everything, but, I got to say, that's why I gave you the card. I knew things like this would happen, so that's why I gave it to you. So I'm not upset." And he hung up the phone and he thought, yeah, that's forgiveness. That's God saying, in advance, whatever you do, I'm still going to love you. I'm still going to forgive you. Here's my card, free of charge. Whatever mess you get into, I'll pay for it. And that's forgiveness. And that's the best news you'll ever hear.